Well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Ayleen, and this is another day of being a displaced empath. And my phone, it turned out that, it just does not have the memory to be able to handle videos, even when I take the video out. So we're doing it on the computer, and I have ordered a new camera because I don't know the condition of my old camera. And so, gotta move on. And part of today is about that idea of gotta move on. Even when it's not pretty, even when it's not perfect, it's okay. And I was thinking that, how much I wanted to be home. And I am very safe, and I'm very lucky to be able to have a place to be that I can have my pets at, and that basically I am, I'm welcome. And even though, I just love and I'm so grateful for what I have, I still want to be home. And I'm willing to allow for myself to be that much of that little kid in me. I want my place. And I can work on feeling at home here. In a way, it's weird. It almost feels like if I get comfortable here, that it's almost like I'm cheating on my old house. And I don't know what the status of it is. And there's a part of me that still feels like I'm in evacuation mode. And if I'm in evacuation mode, I can't feel safe. I can't feel grounded. So I started, having a serious thought with myself as to what I can do to be able to feel more grounded. And this applies whether you're empathic or not. So this is about empathy because, empaths do have a deeper connection, not just to the people around them, but to the things around them. We create connection, in my personal belief system, pretty much everything has spirit. There's an energy to it. I talk to my car. I talk to my computers. And yes, in my own weird mind, I think that actually makes them run better. And when I have things that I have an energetic connection to, it's hard leaving them behind. It's hard having to choose, what I can take, what I can't. And I have a basket of, my most sacred things that I put in my car. But there were a lot of things that I left behind, and I felt that grieving process because I don't know what's going to happen to them. So, when we are placed in a new place, when we're surrounded by different things that we're not used to, it can be hard. I mean, because being safe isn't just about, the body, it's about the mind and the spirit. And so how can we help our spirit feel safe and feel that it's okay for us to be here? Well, one of the things I did was, for the first few days, I just kind of was taking clothes out of my suitcase. So I decided to hang them up. And that actually did create a little bit of a shift. And it was a little bit uncomfortable. It's like because there's a part of me that doesn't want to get comfortable because, it's almost like maybe I'm giving up. Maybe, I'm not holding that thought for the place I was at. But I realized that I could be comfortable here. And the old saying, home is where the heart is. And so I went to a local Goodwill and picked up a couple of extra, pieces of clothing and, so I could just kind of feel a little bit more like I wasn't living out of a suitcase. And it's important if you have an altar, if you have had an altar in your home or wherever, that you create a new altar where you're at, that you create that sense of home. And even if you weren't able to save any of your items that you normally have on your altar, go find some new ones. Go out and look for interesting stones that call to you, or maybe get a little plant. It doesn't have to be a big altar. It's just yours. It's your sacred space. And creating a sacred space where you are can be very helpful in being able to, even if it's temporary, to ground to a place so that you can be able to tap into that more settled frame of mind and more settled frame of spirit. Doing things to participate in the household. I mean, for me, I noticed that the backyard garden area has a lot of weeds in it. So I got the permission of the owners of the home. And, I mean, they're my family. And there was a point, this is my ex-mother-in-law's house. So I actually lived here while I was married. We lived here for 7 years. So going out and, doing some weeding in the garden is a way for me to feel like I'm reestablishing my connection to this place. So it's about establishing, if you're somewhere where you've never been, you can still establish a connection. You can still become a part of that by, either interacting, doing little things around the house, washing dishes. It's amazing how washing dishes someplace can help you sort of settle in. Chores are a wonderful way to not only establish where you're at and create that connection, but it also demonstrates the gratitude that you have for, having a home opened up to you. And even if you're staying someplace that has like maybe, it's more of a shelter situation, you can still be able to create, we used to call them temporary altars where, maybe even if it's just in a shoebox and you put some stuff in that every once in a while you take out and, you set up as your little altar and you sit with it. Things that remind you of home, yet don't tie you to it. Don't tie you to the fear. It's about being able to just be yourself wherever you're at. And maybe this is a part of the lesson that all of us have an opportunity to learn from this. Not only to have a heightened gratitude for everything we have, and even the little things, it's funny how many of the little things I'm thinking about. That little thing that was on the shelf that I didn't grab, or, just a lot that, signify our safe space and our home. So if you're in that situation, if you're in a situation similar to I am, where, it could be weeks before I get back in and get back to where I have all my stuff, if that stuff is still there, to be able to rebuild. And the thing is, my experience there, even if the house is there, but it has to be all cleared out because of smoke damage or contaminants or whatever. If it has to be cleared out to the walls and all my stuff has to be thrown out, then I will be starting a new chapter in that home. So in a way, it will be new. And for those of you who, have lost homes, I am so sorry. I am so very, very, very sorry, and know that you are in my prayers. Then this is about accepting that the old world that you had has changed for good, and now you build a new one. So this is about all of us learning how to not only deal with the moment, be in the moment, appreciate the moment, and be able to ground in it. It is also about being able to realize that whatever we go back to, part of what we knew is not going to be there, even if it's just the trust that it will always be safe, because now there will always be, like, in the back of the mind, okay, this could all go, there could be another forest fire, there could be this, there could be that, but not being burdened by it, not being locked into it. So wherever you're at, there was a line from a movie, no matter where you go, there you are. I think it was Buckaroo Banzai, which is a very cool old movie, and I highly recommend it. It's tremendously silly. But, it is true. No matter where you go, there you are. So be there. Embody in mind and spirit, knowing that it may be for a while, It may be for a short time. I mean, we don't know when we're going to be able to go back. So however long you're there, find a way to connect. Build an altar. Even if you've never built an altar before, it's okay to create one. You can do one, and basically it's just a little space for special items. You know, maybe you light a candle there, maybe you just have a bowl of water, whatever you resonate with, but it is your spiritual space. When you can't have your whole spiritual space, you go for that little spiritual space. And it's amazing how much of a difference that can make. You know, hang your clothes up in the closet. Allow yourself, give yourself permission to feel at home when not at home. Because it doesn't demean or take away from your relationship with your house, with the home that you had to leave. And it feels weird, but it can help. It can help to just be able to feel that sense of safety, feel that sense of I'm okay and I'm going to be okay. And this is a breather. You know, if this is just it's like taking a breath. But be where you are. Be present where you are. That's okay, because who knows what tomorrow brings. It may bring you back to your home, or it may bring you news that you'll be starting over. And then there'll be decisions and stuff to figure out with that. But no matter what, find a way to be where you are. Because honestly, and I promise you, it helps. So, thank you for joining me. And I'm going to be putting together list if anybody would like to. I've actually been contacted by people who would like to know where they can donate or send care packages, which is so nice and so wonderful, you know, and I am just so very touched. In fact, let me, because I want to do a shout out for the person, you know, for someone who did that. And hold on. Sorry for the delay, but you know, this is really very cool. Stephanie Holiday, who watched one of my episodes, and first off, thank you so much. And it is just so wonderful of you to make that offer and to open that doorway, because we really hadn't thought about that. And I will definitely be posting a list of local places that, you know, if you feel called, that you can be able to, you know, if you want to send some stuff, there are certain places that are distributing to shelters. And supplies would be great. So if you're near or far and would like to help, probably on my next video, I will be posting places and links where you can be able to do that. And that would be so wonderful and so kind. And if you can only send good thoughts, those are happily accepted. So thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, then you can leave them in the comments section. You can be able to, and for those listening in on Blog Talk Radio, you can leave comments there, and I will also be posting that information there. And you can reach me through my Facebook group, which is Medicine Walk with Dr. Ayleen, and you can follow me on Twitter, and you can reach me at my email address, which is in the description. So again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing this process with me as I share it with you. And as always, I wish you balance, and I wish you blessings from my heart to yours. Love you, and see you next time. Bye.